Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What it is, ho? Oh, what's up? Daisy girl, you messy as girl, Daisy is messy, girl. Bahati, messy. Y'all bitches is messy. I'm not even gonna lie. And girl, I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to get into it. In my opinion, I feel like this show is so much better than Baddies. Yeah, you know, like very much BGC coded, and I'm ready to get into it because this episode was very much messy because these bitches on the show, yeah, messy. So let's go ahead and get into it. But hold on, first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. Girl, it's MessyMya, it's the MessyMya girl. We are lit over here, trust and believe that, and yeah, let's get into the mess. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I really do like this show, y'all. I'm so ready to get into it. I'm ready to get into the mess. Girl, this show is just messy. It's messy. It reminds me so much of Bad Girls Club. I feel like they did so good on it, and I'm ready to get into it. But my bad for being late. Your girl had exams this week. Okay, I was real busy this week, but I'm ready to get back into the mess. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so of course we start off exactly where we left off last episode, on the roof, baby. We are on the roof. The girls have not found their rooms yet, and the girls are still being messy. So of course it starts off exactly where we left off last episode, with the girls arriving to the house and Titi and Bahadi are running out with each other. Like I said last episode, girl, Bahadi is not beating up Titi. Okay, Titi gets in there with Bahati every single time. Like, she whoops Bahati every single time. My girl is not whooping Titi, I fear, okay? So, child, Bahati starts biting. She starts biting, and Coco and Cupcake start jumping her. Daisy sticks up for Bahati and gets Cupcake and Coco. Now, this is how I feel. I definitely feel like the biting is absolutely disgusting. I feel like it's gross, and the only reason why Bahati was biting Titi was because, but you know what I'm saying, you can't beat her up. You can't beat her up, so bitch, you know what I'm saying? Girl, if you can't beat them, bite them. Girl, that's nasty as hell. It's nasty. Yuck. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely do not condone that. I do like Bahati, but I don't like the biting. I feel like that is absolutely disgusting. So do I feel entirely bad that they jumped her because she bit? No. However, I still feel like they're weird for jumping because this situation has absolutely nothing to do with you. Bite or not, it was a one-on-one fight. Why are you jumping? And then there's two big bitches jumping her too. Y'all are weird. No shade. Y'all weird, okay? But you know what I'm saying? It was what it was. After they jumped her, you know what I'm saying? Daisy was on that with them because why the fuck is y'all jumping? Why y'all jumping? Anyways, so let's go ahead and get into it. So they went from saying that Bahati bit her to saying that Bahati was trying to bite her. Bahati was denying it, and I'm just like, girl, was she biting or not? Was she biting or not? Okay. So girl, they all start arguing and going back and forth, and then Coco makes it known that she needs that from Daisy Dukes for trying to jump into the fight. So again, you're mad at Daisy Dukes for wanting that. You're mad at Daisy Dukes for duking you up, you know what I'm saying? Because you was jumping in another whole fight. Mind you, you don't even know TT. You don't know TT. Cupcake, you don't know TT either. Again, y'all meet munching, trying to get on Bahati, trying to gang up against Bahati. And Daisy was on that with y'all. Now you want that because Daisy jumped into the fight. But you also jumped into the fight, Coco. Girl. So anyways, girl, so like I said, in my opinion, I feel like this squabble was dumb between Coco and Daisy Dukes. In my opinion, I feel like nobody really got the best of anyone. I feel like they was just really swinging. You know, and like, then out of nowhere, Ree G calls out Bahati again. She's like, you snuck me, you snuck me, you snuck me. Rella, geez, baby, you snuck her first. What are we talking about? You snuck, I'm sorry. Okay, y'all. I don't want y'all to think that I'm biased with Bahati, okay? I don't want y'all to think that because, I'm not gonna lie, I do like Bahati. But I'm just saying, like, they're not making it hard to stick up for her. Like, what do you mean she snuck you? Oh, like, Rella G is like, again, in the midst of all of the mess, she was like, oh yeah, you snuck me, ho, you snuck her first. You snuck her first. What are we talking about? And when y'all got off the bus, she snuck you back, so what? You put your hands on that girl first. What are we talking about? Are we just gonna forget that you literally hit her first and snuck her first for no reason? what makes me laugh is the fact that none of them really even have like a real issue with each other. Like that, like y'all really is coming for each other. Y'all don't even know each other. I don't know. I thought it was a key, but anyways, girl, it was just messy, like I said. So my thing is, it's like Rella G's, like you called her out again, and Rella G's, you keep calling her out, you keep sneaking her, because mind you, Rella G's, that wasn't the first time Rella G snuck her. You so mad. Oh, you snuck me, but you snuck her first. Like, are we just gonna forget that you literally snuck her first? And then not only that, but try to pick on her and try to, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not gonna use the bully word, but bitch tried to be a mean girl. She wasn't going for it and she whooped you on the bus. Are you still mad? So bitch, okay, like I said, Rella G's calls out Bahati for sneaking her, whatever. She mad. She, girl, she, I'm saying, she still would have get in there with Bahati. I don't know, like, Bahati and Rella G's got into it again, and Rella G's got beat up again. Like, I have never seen somebody so hell bent on fighting somebody, trying to punk somebody, keep calling somebody out for a fake, and she keep whooping you. You keep getting, and mind you, Bahati can't even fight like that. You know what I'm saying? That's my girl, but Bahati can't fight. Bahati be getting tossed this whole motherfucking time throughout these whole 2 episodes. Bahati be getting tossed and mocked, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you keep letting this girl beat you up. You keep calling her out, she keep beating you up. You keep sneaking her, she keep beating you up. She beat Rella G's up again. Like, I just know she was embarrassed. Like, she literally, she did you, girl. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you keep calling out a fade, and she went across your shit and started knocking you all upside your head. Pretty gangster, the gangster Barbie that keeps getting her head knocked in by a bitch who can't even fight. Yes, so in my opinion, girl, like I said, Rella G's, again, she lost. She lost again, in my opinion. And I said what I said. Okay. Within an hour, you done got your wig snatched. You got snatched up. Shoes thrown over the balcony, and beat on because you tried to pick on somebody. Like, it's just embarrassing for you. I hate that for you. But like I said, baby, we are still early in the season. I feel like Rella G's is so pretty. She's so pretty. She says she the gangster Barbie. Yeah, I love her. I love her accent. She seems so goofy and so fun. Like, but I just can't get down with how she trying to do Bahati. But like I said, we are still early in the season, and I still have faith that Rella G's can turn it around. Like, I don't care for what I've seen from her so far, but I still am excited to see what she brings to the table. I really am. I'm not gonna lie. I really am. Like, I feel like she could turn it around. But girl, I'm just not impressed by what I'm seeing so far. Like, you getting your head knocked off your shoulders by Bahati. Girl. Girl, next. Okay, so after Bahati whooped Rella G's again, child, Natalie tells them to go find their rooms, and they do so. Titi and Coco, you know what I'm saying, they find their little master bedroom, girl. Cupcake been saying how she wanted the master bedroom. She got it. Titi is immediately like, no one better come in here, okay? No one better come in here. This is my room, whatever. They start taking shots. Coco wants that from Daisy Dukes again, and I'm just like, girl, like, I don't know what it is about Coco and Daisy Dukes getting into it, but I just like, it's just not all that. Like, it's just like, I don't know. Their scuffles are so dumb to me. Like, it's like they be in there with each other, but it's like nobody's getting the best of anybody, but it's like they're not really doing anything. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It reminds me of like when Bitlex and Jayla was fighting. Like, y'all know when Bitlex and Jayla was fighting, or when Ivory and Jayla was fighting that one time, and it's like they're not, like, they're fighting, but it's like nobody's really doing much. Like, that's just how I feel about Daisy Dukes and Coco's fight. Like, I don't know, it's just irrelevant, girl. I'm not gonna spend much any other time on it. It was a cute little scuffle. Coco, I was big by the end of it, girl. And girl, I don't even feel bad for her, because again, you tried to jump Bahati, and now look. This would not have happened to you if you would have just minded your damn business. Stop trying to get in other people's beef. That's what you get. I feel like every hoe that jumped Bahati in this episode got their karma at some point in the episode. Y'all want to jump in other people's beef, and now look, your eye is hanging to the floor. Ciao. So Janellis wants that again with Shay. Girl, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Janellis and Shay are another example of like, when they fight, it's just dumb. Like, and I love Janellis, baby. I love her down. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when she get into it with Shay, it's like, what are y'all doing? Like, they just, I don't know. I hate when they fight. Like, but in my opinion, I feel like Shay got Janelle a little bit in this round. So everybody's in a room, girl, they gossiping. In my opinion, like I said, I absolutely love the layout. It's so BGC coded. It reminds me so much of BGC. I feel like they got it right with this show. I'm not gonna lie, when Baddies first came to Zeus, this is what I thought Baddies was gonna be like. This is what I thought it was gonna be like. But, you know what I'm saying, I feel like the girls are, you know what I'm saying, they're messy, and I really do like the show, and I feel like it's so much better than Baddies. But let's go ahead and get into it, baby. So Jaden gets confronted by Bahati because Jaden was laughing in the back. Okay, now as we all know, Jaden was in a little sprinter van or whatever with Ree G, TT, Hurricane M, Emory. Yeah, that was the messy sprinter, girl. They were being messy, okay? So apparently when Bahati was getting picked on, whatever, when she was getting tag teamed and the girls was tag teaming her and she got snuck and she was, you know what I'm saying, popping her shit to them, they was popping their shit to her. Apparently Jaden was in the back of the sprinter laughing and Bahati feels a way about it. Okay, so in my opinion, I feel like it really is not that deep. I feel like it's not that serious, and you know what I'm saying, you could tell it wasn't that serious because they literally hugged by the end. Well, actually no. Okay, I understand why Bahati feels away, but Jaden made it clear, like, I was laughing at the whole thing. Like, I thought it was funny on both ends. I was laughing at all y'all. Y'all was acting like donkeys. I was laughing at y'all. It was funny. Okay, so I understand why Bahati may have thought that she was trying to be funny, but, you know, I also understand why they hugged at the end because it really was not that serious, especially if Jaden really was laughing at both parties. You know what I'm saying? If she laughing at both parties, then it's like, okay. If she's just laughing and kikiing with the girls that was picking on you, then it's like, okay, you need that. You need that. What's up? You know what I'm saying? You was trying to be funny, ho. But if she was laughing at both sides, baby, she just a neutral party. She was looking at y'all acting like donkeys and she thought it was funny. That was it. Okay, so this really did not go anywhere. And Jaden basically told Daisy, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that you're sticking up for her because they're all on her. And Daisy was like, yeah, they all on her. They was tearing her ass up and I didn't like it. She said, Daisy looked at Bahati and was like, yeah, you was getting Ree G's, but like everybody else was tearing your ass up. Like, I didn't like it. I was like, damn, she was right though. Bahati was getting tore out the frame by everybody except for Ree G's. And that's why I'm saying Ree G's is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you supposed to be the gangster Barbie and the gangster Barbie, but you getting beat up by Bahati. Bitch, you can't be that gangster girl. But, you know, we just gonna see. Alright, y'all. So, I'm not gonna lie. Aside from Shay saying, like, oh, yeah, like, being a weirdo. We all know Shay was being a weirdo last episode. She basically was one of the girls that stood in line, was desperate enough to stand in line in the hot-ass sun, wait hours on her feet, and fight at the audition. She was one of those girls, okay? Okay, in my opinion, like, I just feel like it was, you was just slightly less desperate than the rest of the girls. So she feels like because she was more desperate to get on the show than them and actually showed up and was in the field at the auditions, that she is above the other girls because they did not audition like her. Now, I like explained, like, I feel like this situation was dumb. I feel like Shay was being a weird asshole. I feel like she was being weird. And she was picking a fight over something so stupid, okay? But aside from that, I do feel like Shay is definitely one of the fun girls on the show with some personality. On Bad Girls Club, y'all know how, like, it would always be like that really fun girl that was always, like, turned up and, like, doing wild stuff. That, like, Shay is that girl. Like, that was her. Like, this girl was naked. It's the day she was born in the pool. Girl, I turned my head, girl, she's in the pool. Girl, skinny, okay? Yeah, okay, so, and then I turn my head, I look back again, girl, her and, Me Lee is in the jacuzzi getting down. And the girls was judging them, and I was like, y'all never watched Bad Girls Club, baby. Them girls on Bad Girls Club used to be bumping purses, girl. Every episode. So, seeing this honestly did not surprise me. Again, all it did was just remind me of how much similar it is to Bad Girls Club. Okay, so them turning up at the pool turned into Daisy being messy, girl. Daisy, I'm not gonna lie, Daisy is messy. Daisy, girl, you're messy, girl. I'm not gonna lie, girl. So, Daisy is being messy and basically trying to get the tea on Hurricane M, Emory, and Jaden. Okay, now let me tell y'all something. I don't know what it is and why I have this soft spot for Jaden, but I just be feeling bad for her, girl. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I am not going to lie, girl. But the reason why Hurricane Emory is upset with Jaden, as far as like a family member of Jaden who is not black continuously saying the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Girl, they say it's the cousin, they say it's the mama, the cousin, the mama. Girl, Emory said it's the mama, Jaden said it's the cousin. Girl, I don't know which one. Okay, but apparently Jaden, y'all know Jaden a little light right child, so apparently she got somebody Caucasian in her family that was popping it with the N-word, and Emory didn't like it. So Emory wants that with Jaden. But Emory is like, I'm not gonna keep fighting you because I'm gonna look like a bully, which is understandable too. Especially when Jaden is like ducking the fade. Like when she asked Jaden if she want to fight again, if she want to get into it again, Jaden is like no. But again, Jaden is like, oh, let me get my swim cap. You fought me without my swim cap and you pulled my hair. And then I don't know, it's just something so innocent about Jaden. I don't know what it is, y'all, but I have a soft spot for this hoe. I don't know why. I don't know. She just seems so sweet, and they keep fucking with her. They keep beating her up. Like, oh my god. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so like I said, girl, Daisy being messy, trying to get the tea on Emory and Jaden. It gets heated. They start arguing. Emory asks Jaden if she wants it again. Jaden is like, no. But she was like, but the last time you fought me, I didn't have my swim cap on. You fought me without my swim cap. Girl, something like that. I'm like, Jaden, what are you talking about? And why are you ducking? She keep playing with you. Girl, if you don't get up and get this hoe. Okay? So, girl, Jaden ends up leaving, getting her swim cap, come back. Girl, she came back, and these two is into it. Okay, they get into it, and Jaden is just letting this girl beat her up. Like, when I say let, I mean letting. Like, you know when Titi and Bahadi was getting into it, and Bahadi was clearly getting tore up by Titi, at least Bahadi was still trying. Jaden don't even be trying. Jaden just be letting them beat on. Girl, Jaden don't even be trying to fight. Like she'll like get in the paint, but like when she's actually in the paint, she don't even try. She turned her head. First of all, she turned her head immediately and starts windmilling. I'm like, Jaden, what are you doing? Girl, Hurricane M whooped her. Okay, she whooped her. And I'm like, girl, I don't know. So soon after this, they went to the club or whatever. They was turning up at the club. Girl, Shay, girl, like, wild, drunk as ever, girl. Gonna stumble. I'm not gonna lie, when she like fell off the van, I was weak, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, but it was a cute little turn up. They was turning up at the club. It was cute. Okay, so after the club, Daisy, Cupcake, Titi, and Bahati, they're talking out their issues, right? So Daisy is basically like, you know, and I can tell Daisy has a really strong personality. She has a really strong personality, and she takes the lead in a lot of things. And she took the lead with this, and she basically was like, hey, y'all, like, y'all problem with each other is not even all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even all that. We really don't even have an issue with each other for real. You know what I'm saying? We should all just make up and be cool, right? So, of course, this requires for them to have a private conversation. Girl. And this is what I mean when I watch Baddies, like the, you know, the original Baddies show, like Baddies Africa and stuff like that with Natalie. When I say, like, I feel like the whole Natalie being on the scene and instigating so much and being messy and trying to get the girls to fight, in production, putting plants, you know, like basically production being messy and trying to get production puppets to do what they say and put bugs in the girls' ears. I feel like it is not necessary. It's not necessary because you put bitches in a house together. You put the girls in a house together, baby. It's gonna be drama. It's gonna be drama regardless. And this was the perfect example of that, y'all. Mind you, this happened out of nowhere. Like, this is what I'm in when I say, like, I just like, it's just way more authentic than the original Baddies show. Like, so let's get into it. So girl, this happened so out of nowhere and so randomly. So like I said, after the club, Daisy, Cupcake, Titi, and Bahati, they're talking and they're like in this separate room from everybody else. So Jaden is, you know what I'm saying, she drunk. This is the post turn up girl. She drunk. She looking for her roommate. She want to go to bed, right? So before she go to bed, she like, okay, I'm gonna find my roommate, Shay. So she looking for Shay. She ends up opening the door where the girls were talking. Of course, they're having a private conversation. Okay, so like I said, this is what I mean when I say production and Natalie do not have to sit there and play puppet master, because the drama is going to unfold and happen authentically itself with a whole bunch of girls in the house. Jaden is looking for her roommate, ready to go to bed. I'm saying they have a private convo. She ends up opening the door because, again, she's looking for somebody. So she ends up opening the door. Girl. So I feel two ways about this, and we're going to get into it. So she ends up opening the door. They're telling her, like, hey, we're having a private conversation. Daisy Dukes, you know what I'm saying? She starts pushing Jaden out the room. Jaden doesn't leave. She keeps, the more she doesn't leave, the longer she doesn't leave, the harder she's getting pushed out the room. Okay? Baby. Girl. And Jaden ends up popping Daisy, okay? And then she ended up getting beat up. But I want to get into it, though. I want to get into it because this situation was funny. This situation was a key to me. I be feeling bad for Jaden, but Jaden... Oh, my God. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, baby, okay, so this is how I feel. I feel like Jaden did not know that they were in there talking, obviously. She didn't know she was looking for somebody. However, once it was clear that her roommate was not in there and they let it be known that they were having a private conversation, she should have respected their privacy and just left. However, baby, you get the push at me and all that respect is out the motherfucking window. Okay? So I could see why Jaden was like, nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could see why she was like, no. Because it's one thing to tell me, like, hey, to start off respectful, because again, Jaden and Daisy Dukes never had an issue with each other. So it's one thing to start off respectful and say like, hey, we having a private conversation, please get out. And then you keep coming in there. But when you start off pushing her, of course she's not going to get out now. Unless she's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, just because she walked in there, you don't have to push her out the room. Like, you could have just told her, like, we're having a private conversation. This don't got nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with us. Shay is not in here. You know what I'm saying? Bye. Then if she keeps coming into the room and then it's like, okay, ho, you trying to be funny. We trying to have a private conversation and you're being disrespectful. But Daisy started off pushing her. So it's like, at this point, you, baby, like I said, you get the pushing me. I'm not going to respect anything anymore. I'm really not going to listen to you. So I understood both sides, really. But I feel like if Daisy Dukes would have just had a little bit more patience and not started off pushing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it really could have just went another way. Because Jaden is sweet. Jaden seems like a sweet girl. Like, I'm pretty sure if they would have just told her, like, hey, we're having a private conversation right now, please get out, I'm pretty sure she would have left. But you're pushing her. So she probably felt tried. She probably felt like you was trying to, you know what I'm saying? You was trying to hoe her. You was trying to punk her. And she wasn't going for it. So I understood both sides. I'm definitely not mad at anybody when it came to the situation. I feel like it was just like, I don't know. It was a key to me in my opinion. Because Jaden, well, you could tell she was drunk. The way she kept going into the room and kept getting pushed, I'm like, girl. Like, a part of me was just like, girl, just go to your room and go to bed. But then another part of me was like, no. Like, because why she keep putting her hands on you? Like, why did she start off by putting her hands on you? So, yeah, I definitely understood why Jaden was being a little annoying and kept going into the room. Because, girl, you at this point, you already done put your hands on me and pushed me out the room off rip without trying to be respectful first. So why the hell would I be respectful to your private conversation when the whole thing was just a misunderstanding? Like, so girls, like I said, the more she kept trying to go in there, the harder Daisy kept pushing her. So it got to the point where Jaden swings and pops Daisy. Daisy come out the room and girl, she just mopping Jaden, girl. Just duking her, just whooping her. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. And Jaden made me mad because it's like, girl, swing. Why would you swing first? She come out the room, you back it up. You have every opportunity in the world. It's nothing but space and opportunity to get this hoe. And really, in my opinion, I feel like Jaden, you should have swung and you should have kept swinging. She swung, stopped, finally backed out the room. And, you know, and Daisy Dukes came out and just started beating her up. And you just, I don't know. The whole thing just made me laugh. I'm sorry. It made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Daisy definitely could have been a little bit more nicer. and not started off by pushing her, you know? And that's just what it is, though. But I thought it was a key. So the next morning, Daisy is still being messy. Daisy's still being messy, girl. So Daisy wakes up the next morning and baby literally chooses violence. She's like, this bed is uncomfortable. I don't like it. And y'all know Daisy heavyset child. A cute little chip tooth, little bit back Cadillac girl. She, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know she heavyset girl. So she like, this is uncomfortable. They got me sleeping in a twin size bed. I'm too big for this, okay? I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. I'm about to grab my shit and go to the other room. I'm like, you're messy. I don't understand how they wake up on this type of timing. So Bahati is like, girl, I'm right behind you. In my opinion, I feel like Bahati was being a follower. I do. I feel like she was being a follower. But let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, Bahati and Daisy was on that type of timing, and they was being messy. So they go up to Cupcake and TT's room. And I'm saying, Cupcake and TT, they're minding their business. They're talking to the other girls. And I'm saying, whatever. Mind you, Daisy is cool with them. Daisy did just fight Coco the day before because Coco was trying to, not Coco. Daisy was trying to fight Cupcake the day before because Cupcake did jump in Bahati's fight, but they all went into a room together and talked about it the night before. And she's cool with TT. So it was just like, I don't know, it was just weird. Like, y'all are cool. Like, why are you I don't know. The whole thing was just messy. So Bahati, of course, she's on that. She gets in there and starts switching the name tags immediately. Okay. Bahati, mind you, they just woke up being messy. Cupcake is like, nah, this room is mine, bitch. Don't touch my name tag. And I understand her. I do. But I'm not just going to forget that Cupcake just jumped her the day before. Like, I do definitely feel like Daisy and Bahati were being messy, and I feel like they were wrong. And I feel like Bahati, in a way, she was definitely being a follower. But I'm not going to sit here and forget that TT literally was beating Bahati up the day before that multiple times for no reason, was trying to pick on her and be a mean girl, and Cupcake jumped her. So I'm not going to forget that. I'm sorry, I'm not. Bahati and Daisy was being messy, but I'm also not going to forget that Cupcake and TT was being messy the day before too. And just because just because now it's the day after and it's morning time, and they're more chill than they were the day before that, baby, I'm not going to forget how they was acting. All y'all messy. I don't know. I didn't really feel bad for them. I really didn't. But I did love the fact that they were standing on 10. Cupcake got in multiple rounds. In my opinion, girl, she was getting tore up. And she was still like, oh, I'm still not leaving my room. I do respect that. And also, I do respect how Titi was like, we can get into it. You know what I'm saying? But you're not sleeping here. But I definitely do respect that though. They did not let them come in there and punk them out their room. And I love that for them. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Bahati is switching the name tags, and Cupcake is like, nah, this is my room, bitch. Don't touch my name tag. Don't touch my name tag. And like I said, I understand where Cupcake is coming from. Because girl, who you punking? So Cupcake is not going for it, and she was like pushing Bahati and mushing her like by the door when Bahati was switching the names. Bahati ends up swinging on Cupcake, and in my opinion, they got to scrapping, and Bahati was doing good. Like, she had her on the floor at one point. I said, girl, not Bahati. Not Bahati putting belt to ass. So yeah. So in my opinion, I feel like both Cupcake and TT were being messy the episode before. And now look, in my opinion, they're just getting a taste of their own medicine. But like I said, it does not change the fact that Bahati and Daisy were wrong and being weird. Because mind you, they had just had a conversation with those girls the day before that. And the conversation was initiated by Daisy. And then the day after, you trying to start with them and punk them up out their room. But y'all was just talking to each other. And I agreed when Titi was like, bro, like, you're being weird. That's why I'm looking at you weird, because you are being weird right now. I do feel like it was weird. I'm not gonna lie. It was messy, and it made for good TV. And baby, I was sat and I was in it, baby. It was a key to me, but it was still messy. So girl, like I said, Bahati was trying to kick Cupcake out, but Daisy was just like, you know, we could share. But it's like, girl, they've been in the room already. Who are you to come in my room and tell me that I have to share my bed with you? Who are you to tell me that I gotta share my bed with you? my bed that I had already been in, my room that I had already been in, my clothes been in here, I've been in here, I picked out this room, I've been in here, and now you gonna come in here and tell me that I gotta share with you. Or you gonna come in here and try to take my name tags down and tell me that I gotta get out my room. So, in my opinion, I was definitely on both sides of the fence. Like, I really wasn't on one specific person's side. Like, I feel like I said, I feel like Bahati and Daisy were definitely being messy, and they were being a little bit weird. Especially Daisy, because it's like, girl, you were just cool with them the night before that, and now you're trying to punk them out their room. And Bahati, because I feel like Bahati was being a follower, but at the same time, Cupcake and Titi was being messy the day before that. So I really, and then at the same time too, I don't expect, and I would hate to see Titi or Cupcake let these hoes pump them up out their room. So it was like, I was on both sides. I don't know. I was team Titi and Cupcake, and I was also team Daisy and Bahati. Like, so I don't know. The whole thing was a key to me. It was a key. But let's go ahead and get into it. So baby, where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, so yes, Bahati was trying to kick them out, and Daisy was trying to get them to share the room. But it's like, again, they've been in there. Who are you to tell? Who are you to come in there out of nowhere and tell them, because you don't like your room and you're uncomfortable with your room? Who are you to come in there and tell them that they got to share a room with you? Okay. So yes, I definitely understood Cupcake and Titi. Okay, I did. I'm not going to lie. And I feel like their reaction was definitely valid. But girl, Cupcake was getting towed up, girl. Bahati sat on Cupcake's bed and told her, like, this is not your bed anymore. Cupcake is still not going for it, though. Okay, she's still not going for it. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Because, girl, who finna get punked out their room that they picked and been in for over a day? You got me fucked up. I understand it. But Cupcake got beat up again, child. Need all in her head, girl. Yes, girl. Bahati put knee to forehead, child. Cupcake is still fighting for her life, and still, you know what I'm saying? And just still, she was ending up on the bottom every single time. Bahati was getting the best of her every single time. And Cupcake was still, this is what I respect. Cupcake was still like, bitch, this is still my room, though. This is still my room, though. I'm still not going anywhere, though. What do you not understand about that? Like, that's what I respect it. I respect it, though. Because it's like, I don't care. I'm still beat up or not, tore up or not. I'm not going nowhere. This is my room. Bitch, you're going to have to physically get me up out of here. And even if you end up doing that, I'm still not going nowhere. So I definitely, I don't know, this moment really did make me like both Cupcake and Titi. Like I said, they were being messy the day before. So did I feel bad for them? Not really. But definitely respected how they handled the situation. They was not going for none of it. They did not back down to Daisy or Bahati. And Daisy and Bahati, those are my girls, but they were wrong. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all wrong and y'all fucking messy. Okay. So, Cupcake is on the bed now, and Daisy is telling Cupcake to get off her bed. Girl, get off the bed. And Cupcake got off the bed, and I'm just like, girl, come on. Anyways, so again, Daisy focuses her energy on Titi, and you know what I'm saying? Titi was like, we could run it. We could do that, but you're not sleeping here. You know what I'm saying? You're not sleeping here. It's not going to happen. This is my bed. And if you want to run that, we could run that. But you still not going to sleep here, though. Daisy trying to get on the bed. TT is telling her, bitch, you're not getting on the bed. You're not getting on the bed. You're not sleeping here. None of that. This reminded me of Jada and Red. You know what I'm saying? When Red was like, I want to lay with you back on BGC 12. Yeah, it reminded me of that. It was just a mess. So by the end of the episode, TT and Daisy ended up getting into it. And it looks like Daisy definitely got the best of TT. She ended up running up on TT. So I don't know. This show is the key. It is messy. And girl, I love it. I'm not going to lie. I do. And I like majority of the girls. I do. I like them. I like them. Even the girls that pissed me off the first episode. I like them too. Like, they're all just really messy. And I feel like they're a really good cast. And I feel like they did good with the casting. They did good. I love it.